Yo! What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. So let's talk about Saints Row. Man, this game is just getting so much hate. People are saying that it's terrible. All kinds of stuff. There's been all kinds of bugs, all kinds of glitches, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think mostly it's been on like the PC side of things. I've seen a couple of console, but not as much. I've played it on console, and I've only had one like really small issue where that I had to restart from a checkpoint, and then the mission played out smoothly after that. So that's the only issue that I've seen, and I've got about 9 hours into it so far. So I mean, here's the thing, man. This game is not terrible. It's not the worst game out. It's not the worst game on the planet. I mean, some people are just going a little overboard. Okay, so let's talk about some pros and some cons. First things up, I absolutely love the boss customization. Man, guys, this thing is so detailed. And I mean so detailed. You can literally shape anything, change anything. So many options, guys. I don't think that I've seen this many options as far as like customization in a game in a minute. And I've definitely seen some, even like a Conan game, and even some kind of different survival games like that, man, they have a pretty good player customization. But this one is literally the nitty gritty details, from makeup, blush, the shape of your face, your legs, your body, everything, man. Tattoo, I mean, obviously, it goes on. You can have zombie bites, etc., etc., etc. This thing is insane, man. So I literally give them so much credit, because that is really where they put all their focus was, man, for you to have a custom person, thing, figure, whatever that you wanted to make, whatever color, anything and everything, however you want to dress it, etc., etc., etc. Man, there's just endless options. And man, there's actually some people making a really dope, like, shareable characters that you can go in and like upvote and stuff like that. Man, people are just killing it. And this game has only been out, not even 24 hours technically. So man, I give them so much credit for that. Okay, so another really small one is they actually have some really cool cutscenes. Whenever you're going either from missions, or you're doing like some sort of kind of battle, fighting a certain gang, or anything and everything, going into a mission, or like a transition out of a mission, there's been some really cool cutscenes, and just kind of showcasing the story and where that goes. Now, more on the story a little bit later. Okay, so another small one is really just the layout of the phone and the app system. Really, I mean, everything is really based on an app within this game. You have side hustles, you have different challenges, you have a wanted app, a chop shop. So multiple ways to earn money fast. I really like that. Just the layout is clean. So for example, the wanted app, literally you just click the app, go click on the person that you want to hunt down, and hit accept, and boom, it takes you right to it. Super easy, clean, clear cut. So I actually really like that about the game. Okay, so some other opportunities is just owning a business and having different ventures. I'm not going to go into too much detail with this. That's just another couple ways to make money, and you can do like some dumpster dives. You can go and find some like leftover kind of loot, like leftover supply crate that you get free cash, and you get XP and all that stuff. So I love just kind of different small things like that they added to it. Super easy to do, and it's literally free cash. And boom, you just go pick it up, bada bing, bada boom. So I really enjoy that. And also, just like with the businesses, it's super easy. You literally just transfer some money over. But one thing that I absolutely loved was really just like the shopping, and just the kind of wide variety of stores that they had. You could purchase anything from like bloody surgical gloves to boots that curled up, like literally they were like straight up almost like arrows, to I don't know, like any kind of like cowboy hat. Again, I give them major props just for having that customization in a game. Okay, so let's hit on co-op for just a second. Here's the thing, I absolutely really loved co-op. Unfortunately, there's a couple issues. We kind of got kicked out like twice, and kind of had to restart, kind of boot it back up in order for it to work. We finally got it working again, And man, it's fun. Did like a couple missions, did some like little side missions, things like that. And man, I enjoyed it. Man, one aspect I really loved is totally be out doing a completely kind of separate little like side hustle type of thing, and the other person could be shopping, or they, so it really, you weren't tethered together, and you could always see where the other person was on the map. And obviously, if you went into like a main mission or something like that, there's kind of like a voting system, and both people had to be on board for doing that mission. Other than that, man, I thought it was super fun. Okay, so another cool thing with co-op is you can prank your cooperative or your buddy or your friend or whoever's playing Saints Row with you, and literally like the prank is like you turn them into like a Coke machine, or you turn them into like something else, and they have to like walk around for it for like a certain amount of time or whatever. So I don't know, that is just one little small thing that I haven't seen in any other game. So props to you guys. Definitely want to try out co-op a lot more. And man, we just did not have a ton of time on it, but I am looking forward to it, and yeah, hopefully it won't crash. Okay, so let's move on to cons, and before we get started, I do want to kind of put out like a little disclaimer. I've not finished the game yet, obviously. First up, there is no FOV slider. And for me, man, just whenever I was doing a couple missions or just in the car or just, whatever, a couple of different angles that I've been in and situations that I was fighting, stuff like that, in my opinion, man, it definitely needs some sort of FOV slider. That's one thing that I really love that Dying Light did, and I didn't find it till a little bit later on, so that was one of the first things that I looked for in this game, and it is not there. That's a bummer. Okay, so another one is the controls just feel stiff to me. Man, here's the thing. I played Xbox 360 Saints Row on the Xbox 360, and it's, some of the controls still kind of feel like that, or they feel like just an older kind of generation type of game. And to me, they just feel kind of stiff and, kind of clunky for the most part. And that's just when driving or with, handling weapons or shooting or whatever. Even it's like some of the movement, it just doesn't feel as fluid. But it is kind of a sandbox game. So I think in general, I just want a better controlled sandbox game. I mean, I think for me, I would love to have an open world game like this, but just has way better movement, way better driving. Just have it nice and smooth and fluid, and you can just move around. I don't know. I mean, like I know there's kind of like some Ghost Recon games out there that do a pretty good job with that. And man, I would love to take this concept and apply some of those, and dude, it would knock it out. Okay, so I digress, and let's move on to some other points. So another so far has just been the weapons. And here's the thing, I'm not super far in the game, so I don't want to comment a lot, but I've already seen that there's no really like good attachments. I've seen kind of like more of like a basic upgrade, which I have upgraded a SMG, and I just didn't see the impact that I had after I spent like 5 or 10,000 or whatever the exact amount was to upgrade it. And I wanted to see a little bit more out of it, and I didn't get a different scope. I didn't really get anything. It was just a kind of a basic upgrade. So in my opinion, man, that is definitely something that should have been addressed, and I feel like that they could have done the weapon system better. But like I said, I haven't finished the game yet, so I've already unlocked like RPG. So man, maybe some of that stuff is coming, but I just haven't seen it yet. But I'm pretty confident that it's not. Okay, so another con is the actual story. Yes, I don't really necessarily think that I bought Saints Row for the story, or if I've ever really played them in the past for the story. It's just more been for like the gameplay. But with this one in particular, the story is a little dry. It's a little flat in my opinion. There are definitely like some pretty good one-liners and some cheeser moments and stuff like that. So I kind of give them some credit for that. But man, just as far as character development or just a really good plot or et cetera, it's not there. I mean, the story is straightforward, so I definitely give them credit for that, because hey, you can it's really easy to understand. Boom, you kind of got this friends group. All right, they kind of all have jobs. Those things don't work out. Okay, let's go start this, and then here you go. you know, and I haven't even finished the game yet. But that's basically the story in a nutshell. So, you know, that is lacking in my opinion. It is, but that's okay because I didn't necessarily buy it for that, you know. But here's the thing: if story is a deal breaker for you and you really want to dive in and get deep, then yeah, I probably would not, just based off first impressions, I would not recommend this game for you. If that's really hardcore, like what you're into, maybe look at some other, you know, awesome story-based games that are out there. Okay, so another one that I've kind of seen and read, you know, and it really didn't bother me, was just the lighting of the scenes. Sometimes some of the scenes are too neon, or too whatever, too blown out, or too this or that. But man, here's the thing, that's just all in contrast, and that's really, I think, what that they were going for with that scene, because I've seen some really like awesome scenes and some really like beautiful lighting, and then I've seen some that, yeah, is maybe not as good as others. But you know, it's really hard to just come out and just say like a blanket statement of, okay, well, every scene in this game is garbage, or every scene in this game is not good. So, you know, I don't know, man. For me, I don't think that was really too much of an issue with that. I think people are just kind of hating, you know, just to hate. I don't know, something like that. But you know, that is one thing to note of if you decide to play this game, or if you decide to buy this game. At least I guess I just kind of want to bring it up just in case that if you're really affected by that, or if you're really just like, nope, that's going to be a deal breaker for me, then yeah, just don't buy the game, you know. So I guess there's that. Okay, so that is going to wrap it up for this video. I'm definitely going to be putting some more time into Saints Row. And here's the thing, man, they already literally came out with an update today. It was like 16 gigs, so they're going to be working on that. I'm sure they're going to be fixing some issues and some patch notes, and all this stuff will probably start rolling out within the next week to month, you know, type of vibe. So definitely going to be putting some more time into it, and that's going to wrap it up for this video. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Peace!